What's going on, guys? This is the Club of the Man 1993, and I am here for episode number 144 of WWE Turn Alert. And we had a turn that was long in coming, well, hoping to end up the way it did, like it did last night. Of course, I personally am still a tad bit jealous of Otis, but at the same time, still loved that moment last night. It's just a shame there was no freaking audience, but, it is what it is. I know WWE tried. Unfortunately, to me, it could have been better with an audience for sure. But anyways, let's talk about this turn. So, for most of this year, obviously Otis has been smitten by Mandy Rose. Like he was, of course, who wouldn't be smitten by Mandy Rose? I am freaking smitten by Mandy Rose. I wish I could date Mandy Rose. Unfortunately, I know it's not gonna happen. I don't know Mandy personally, but she's a good-looking girl. I can't help it. We got fantasies. Anyways, nothing bad. Get way out of hand here, sorry. Anyways, let's talk about my girl Mandy Rose. I'm sorry, Otis's girl, Mandy Rose. So, obviously, Mandy's kind of, been open and accepting. She never, I'd say, was like, was immediately had her eyes on Otis immediately. But she, and the type of personality Mandy is seeming to have their first couple years on the main roster, obviously she definitely was supposed to be the villain. However, though, she still seemed to kind of get a soft spot for Otis throughout this time. And then, Otis had, done a lot to help Mandy out and whatnot, and Mandy actually took appreciation to Otis. And then Otis finally got the nerve to ask her out. And you know what? He would ask her out for the following Friday, but Mandy had plans. But she had no plans for the Friday after. For Valentine's Day. I'm like, how the heck does a girl like you not have any plans for Valentine's Day 2 weeks before Valentine's Day? But Otis nailed it! We're coming! Was going to eat some steaks and wakes. I'm getting a little out of hand here again. My energy got up big time from doing those live reactions last night. Anyways, so of course, on the day of the date though, Otis receives a text that Mandy was running late. So Otis took his good old time a little bit. But of course, what he did know was that the text was actually from Sonya Deville, who had took Mandy's phone, and still no explanation as to why. Which, once again, I'm still kind of hoping they go like a little bit further with this, and don't just say, "Oh, I just didn't think you were good enough for Otis." So I want something a little bit more, a little more spicier. I feel like. So basically, Sonya cuts a deal with Dolph to take Mandy out on the date. To crash Mandy's date, and unfortunately, Mandy was like, okay, she hung out with Dolph, and something kind of started going between the two of them, but Mandy still always showed that soft spot for Otis. And then, of course, recently it was revealed by some hacker, which I'm still saying is Mustafa Ali, that Mandy Rose was tricked, and she obviously felt bad for what she did to Otis because she still had that soft spot for him. And last night at WrestleMania, Sonya came out and was in Dolph's corner during this match, and Mandy tried to cause Otis Sonya tried to cause Otis to lose. So Mandy came out, bam! Slapped Sonya, her best friend, right across the face, got into the ring, and hit Dolph where the sun does not shine, because that's where Dolph had just hit Otis. And it said for Otis to get the victory again. The win was awesome. I was happy for Otis, but then it's like as soon as Reality said, I'm like, oh crap, there's no audience. Like this should have felt explosive. It just like ended dead without that crowd. Again, with that crowd there, this would have been awesome. A great moment for sure. And I'll still remember it. The reaction's just not there. So we really don't know what the crowd really thinks of all this. But I'm pretty sure they would have loved it. And then afterwards, Mandy noticed embrace. She then jumps and Otis catches her in his arms, as he did a couple times, especially a lot of the time where she fell. Otis caught her, and Otis was just like, basically had that weird, look on his face, but it was hilarious because Otis is freaking awesome. And then they kissed, and it was it wasn't like weak, it wasn't like a big vicious makeout, but it was perfect. It was just so perfect. I was so happy for Otis, but jealous at the same time. Like, damn it, why couldn't that be me? But obviously, Mandy's a face now. At some point, whether wrestling continues right now or they take a break, I still hope they take a break after this week because, what are we going to do now? At this point, this whole empty arena stuff is just definitely running its mouth, especially in WWE. AEW, I feel they can get away with it for a little bit longer, but at some point, wrestling needs to take a break in general because especially WWE. It feels like with WWE, it just feels like they're just doing it right now just to say they did it. But obviously, at some point, we're gonna have a mixed tag match with Heavy Machinery and Mandy Rose taking on Sonya Deville and Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler. So it should still be a fun. But again, I want something to be a little bit spicier in the fallout from this, a little bit spicier. But Mandy Rose being a babyface felt was needed. Obviously, with her look, I think she is definitely more over than Sonya Deville, in my opinion. Sonya, to me, yes, I do give credit. Both of these women have gotten better. I wasn't really a big fan of them once Paige wasn't able to wrestle anymore, and there was still Absolution without Paige. They kept them together as Fire and Desire. They kind of they did kind of became more of their own. So I was at least appreciative that they at least improved a little bit. But I feel like personally, if anything was a turn face first, it could have been. It probably was better off for it to be Mandy. So Mandy being a babyface, completely cool with it. Love this pairing with her and Otis. It was different. It worked. It worked. It was a love story for WWE that actually worked out. Otis won the girl. Jealous as hell, but I'm happy for Otis. And I'm happy for Mandy as well. But why couldn't it be me? In the words of Dolph Ziggler, it should have been me! Just kidding. Anyways, I'm gonna a little off there. Amanda Sacramento, which is Mandy Rose's real life name, and I like that name because I'm a Seinfeld fan, and of course there was Kramer's friend we never met, Bob Sacramento. So I wonder if Mandy and Bob are distantly related. But anyways, that's my thoughts on Mandy Rose turning face, aligning herself with Otis. Guys, what are your thoughts on this Mandy Rose face turn and this pairing of her and Otis? Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. I'm sure as always, slap a like on the video, subscribe or comment on my channel, follow me on Twitter at DemandAir93, and as always, guys, please stay tuned for more WWE Turn Alert.